Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Please stand clear of the discussion doors. The next stop is Highbury Squad.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Opinionated. And I would like to just get straight in. I want to welcome the legendary Lee Judges. How are you, Lee? You okay?
I'm good, thank you very much. And welcome to the legendary Kev Campbell. Like that, you know.
Thank you very much, Lee. Look, listen, I just want to get straight in because there's a certain time limit on this. And I want your thoughts, Lee, on something that is all the pubs and homes and everything is really causing a division. What's your thoughts on the refereeing standards, i.e., the Mike Dean revelation, seeing him on TV now with the way he handled Merce, etc. What's your thoughts on all that, and we can get deeper into some of the more recent decisions?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, the refereeing standard is ruining the game. It's so poor now, Kev. It is poor. And the reason it's poor now is because I think you can accept a bad decision before VAR come in. You understand it all that now. But it's highlighting it, how poor that they are. And they're still getting it wrong. The thing with Paul Merson, with Mike Dean, first of all, how has Mike Dean got a job after the way he refereed for so many years is incredible. I've got no respect for his opinion whatsoever. But what he then turns around and says, oh, it's the law. And he got very, very arrogant with Paul Merson about it, the law. Well, when the law was there for you to send your referee over to the monitor when you pulled the hair at Chelsea, we know when he pulled his hair at Chelsea. Yeah. Didn't think him worrying about the law then. Didn't have a worry about the law then, did he? But trying to defend what you can't defend. Now, listen, the offside one with the Liverpool game, if there wasn't VAR there, we'd accept that. It was a tight decision and we move on for it. It was offside. We've done it for years and years, Kev. When you played, when I played, you see all of that, But when you see it now and technology's there and they still can't get it right, it's embarrassing, Kevin. If it's not embarrassing, it's corrupt. They cannot be this bad at their jobs. They cannot be as bad as what they are. And I'm afraid now, when you're talking about a game going down at the pub or going before the game, you're hoping that a refereeing decision doesn't ruin the game. We wasn't saying that 10, 15 years ago, Kev. We wasn't. No. And that's my problem with it.
I mean, Lee, I look at it and I think the game's gone. Honestly, yeah. I wasn't an advocate for VAR. I thought, do you know what? The referees maybe needed a bit of help, but seeing the way VAR has affected the game, I'd rather go back to the way it was. I really would. Yeah. So we just had Simon Hooper up, and let's look at some of the decisions. That Liverpool game, for instance, with the sendings off. Mike, listen, Simon Hooper booked Jota for something innocuous, I thought, Lee. I don't know what your thoughts were. And obviously then it left him in a no-win situation when Jota does try and make a tackle. But then, as we're Arsenal fans, then, and one thing I will say is every club will have a case.
100%.
Every club will have a case. But we've seen Granit Xhaka sent off for less. Do you know what I mean? So what's your thoughts on other people being sent off innocuously and certain decisions not going for us?
There's two decisions at the weekend: Arsenal and Newcastle and West Ham. When they're definitely 100% two bookings, and that means a sending off. No two ways about it, no argument about it. And you've got the referees trying to make excuses. Howard Webb trying to say, I didn't want to make a negative.
We're gonna get to Howard Webb because you know what? PGMOL is the last bit we're going to get to,
Right.
because
So
that's
I look at that and
that's
let's put yourself in Jota's position as a professional footballer, right? He's sitting there at the weekend, not allowed to play because of 2 innocuous tackles. One maybe, like Tommy
He's a
Asu you
booking.
can go to as well.
One's a booking. One's a booking. Okay. But the
Tommy
first,
Asu, by the way, had 2 that shouldn't have been a booking. But so you're sitting there, you're banned for the weekend. You're not allowed to play. And then you see you see that game against Arsenal, and you see those 2 bookings, and you see him being let off. How does he feel about that, Jota? Like, you know what I mean? How does he actually feel? Well, hold on a minute. One rule for one rule for another, like, And I just think that fairness has got to be there. Look at, you look at like you look at Oliver and you can't defend it because you think, all right, okay, if he wants to be like that, try and keep 11 players on the field. If that's the referee, that's his what's that? He does that all the time. Then it's fair enough. I remember, Arsenal versus Wolves. Martinelli sent off in one phase of play. He didn't worry about keeping 11 players on the pitch then. So he's not got a track record of making sure players keep on the field.
and Lee, didn't he send Granit Xhaka off at Anfield?
He sent Granit Xhaka off at Anfield in the League Cup side. Now, debatable whether that's he could have given a yellow card that day, Kev. I don't argue with that he give a red card. But if he's trying to keep the game positive, as Mr. Webb said, and not negative, why would you rush to get the card out? So why are you doing it against certain teams and then not for others? Like, and then, Kev, the other thing that really winds me up and all that, like, get involved in a tackle. Like, say again, we go back to the Liverpool one, when the referees give it as a yellow card, VAR get involved and say, no, it's a sending off. And then when it's 2 yellow cards, they don't get involved. We can't get involved in that. But it's a sending off. Explain that rule to me, like, you know what I mean? Like, what? So you can get involved to send someone off, but when someone should be sent off, we're not allowed to get involved. What are they treating us like? You know what I mean? Like, we spend
Like
a lot
children.
of money. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, spend a lot of money to watch a game of football, and it's being ruined by incompetence, poor refereeing, and nothing's getting done about it. And you get people trying to make excuses for it, Kev. I'm sorry, there's no excuses for it. You look at, I'll tell you what, like, someone said a good thing the other day to me, like, you know what I mean? You got these referees that are there, that, the Mike Deans of this world on TV. Where's the Jeff Winters who was a decent referee? I mean, I think you would have refereed him in your day.
Yeah,
someone that had a bit of character, someone that, wouldn't be afraid to stand up and make decisions.
Do you know the one, Lee? Do you know the one who they don't want anywhere near it is Keith Hackett? He gets it right. He even was on Twitter, the other day, and came out and said it like it is. You know why? Because he's going to do things right.
Yeah. And it's unbelievable, Kev. Like, you know what I mean? And you see it every week now. You see it every week. It's not just.
I'm going to mention something to you about that Arsenal game, and there's a specific moment where Kovacic makes the second challenge, and the camera pans on to Michael Oliver, and straight away he's going, no. Why is he saying no? The first one could have been a red. Okay, let's say you go into the game not wanting to make the teams uneven. Fine. But once a player goes and does that the second time, I've played. When you make that challenge, you're off.
Yeah.
You're gone. And there he is saying no. So my point to this is this, Lee. A few weeks previous, Michael Oliver and a team of referees and VAR went out to the UAE to referee and cover a game. Now, a couple of weeks after, they come back and a big decision like this, the referee does not make the correct decision. It is not the correct decision. For me, The optics are all wrong on so many levels.
Yeah.
It is so wrong on so many levels. What's your thoughts on that? Because finding that out really made me boil.
Well, exactly that. You can't defend it, Kev. Look, you know, I know, right? And everybody knows in football that that's a second booking, right? And I get the thing of it. Oh, well, I want to try and keep him on, like, you know. But that is a second. And you say all of what you've just said now, right? When you go back to the game against Wolves and Martinelli, right? He can't wait. He runs up to him.
Yeah.
He runs up to him, like, you know. He's got 10, 15, 20 seconds to think about the same thing. Oh, I'm going to put them down to 10 men. He doesn't. Brand's one card, Brand's the next, right? You know? And then you think, well, hold on a minute. You've just gone over there for 2 weeks and all of a sudden, no, straight away, no thoughts about it. No, there wasn't no thought about it. Straight away, no. You have to ask yourself why. And I'm not saying that he has gone over there and done anything. We don't know that. But why? Why have you not given? Why has he not come out and turned around and said, yeah.
The optics, the way it looks, is.
It doesn't feel right, Kevin. It does not feel right. Well, you've got to ask yourself that. It doesn't feel right. Here, referee.
It don't. The optics of.
No, it doesn't. But because you're looking at it and thinking, well, every other time you've been very, very hot with the second yellow card. You know, look, the one against Crystal Palace. Couldn't wait. There's no thinking about it. If you ever look back at that, there was no thinking about that straight away. You know what I mean? You could just think, oh, I don't know. Like, same with the Liverpool one. There wasn't no thinking about it. It went, no, straight away, done. And you know, you have to look at it. Sometimes they say about timing and all that, like, you know. They sent off the Liverpool player against Spurs in the first half. And I believe, I really do believe, if that was 5 minutes to the end of the game, I think he would have sent him off, Kev. I think he would have. But that's not the rules.
I think you're
that's
right.
Not the law.
I think you're
it's
right.
Not the law. You know,
Lee, I think you're right.
Yeah,
I do.
And it's just you know that. And what really annoys me about it, Kev, more than anything else, is, like, you know, there's no comeback on this. You know what I mean? Like, you know, the VAR bloke got it wrong.
Darren England.
He's been, you know, really, you know, severely dealt with, and rightly so. You know what I mean? Like, but so should Oliver after that. Like, there's
100%.
no two ways about it. He should be after that. Like, you know, and then you get things like what Mike Dean was saying about, oh, I don't want to work my mate's feelings. I know he's tried to explain that and all that lot, but try to get his mate out of jail and all that lot. Yeah, they never had that in your day with VAR. This is another thing, like, you know. Lee,
do you know the crazy thing? And I want your thoughts on. I keep hearing that these guys are under pressure. What's the pressure when if you're consistent with your refereeing, then you're not under pressure.
No.
Because you're consistent. But the most consistent thing about these referees now is that they're inconsistent.
Yeah.
And that's what the problem is.
Inconsistent with the rules, because I think they've been given so many rules now that has made it a lot harder and a lot tougher. But there was also, when we played, Kev, I know that you may not agree with it, and I don't agree with it now, but where you could at the time, if you went up to the ref and said, how comes that weren't a sending off, or you know, I didn't see it, Lee, or I didn't see it, Kevin, you can accept that a little bit. You can go, do you know what? Fair enough. But now they've got the cameras and everything like that. They've got 10 cameras and things like that. They can't use that excuse no more, Kev. You cannot use that excuse no more. And that's my problem with it now, like, you know what I mean? So basically, if someone does a real bad tackle on you, you as a player now is probably saying, like, oh, go and have a look at the monitor, or why aren't you looking at it? And I'm one of these people now, Kev, even though I don't agree with it, right? I'm actually saying, oh, they've got to go and have a look at the screen now and all that. Like, and that ain't football. In my opinion, it's not football. And I think, honestly, like, it's highlighted how poor our referees are and things like that. Like, you look back at the game against Wolves, it's on the screen now, like, you know. I can see why the referee doesn't give that as as a foul on the goalkeeper. It's fast. You can get it. But then when you highlight it and you see it and they still don't give it, there's your frustration. When everybody in the country knows that is a foul, that is a penalty, and you do nothing. Why do you do nothing? That is what I want to know. And they getting someone like Nicolaou doing it with Howard Webb.
Howard Webb. So let's move on to that.
Yeah.
Because this is the head of the PGMOL, ex-referee, was a good referee. Let's be fair, he was a good referee. But when you have him saying that the referee got it wrong, especially Oliver, on 2 occasions, but what he does, he tries to negate the tackle. Oh, Kovacic's foot was straight up. What difference does it make?
Yeah.
He's still, and by the way, Lee, I just want to add this in before you say something. A lot of the time, the referees, that tackle was outlawed from behind, down the Achilles and calf. That was the one that was outlawed. And that's what Kovacic's done.
Yeah.
Basically, he done him, didn't he? He done him down the Achilles, in the calf, and talk about foot bending over. So he's done him. And then the referee all of a sudden becomes inconsistent again, Lee.
Yeah, listen, I've got no argument. I've got no argument with Oliver giving the yellow card. I've got no argument with that because I think at the end of the day, he's seen it how it is. That's fair enough. When again, then the VAR get involved, it's debatable. I think there's arguments for it. And listen, I'm not saying it's just we're not just talking about Arsenal. We can go back to the Eddie one against Spurs. You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah. That was given as a yellow card. That could have easily been, for the same circumstances, given as a red card. And I think it was a red card. If you look at the context of how football's going now, so there's inconsistencies in there. The one for Liverpool, they give it, which I think at the end of the day, if you have a look at all 3 tackles, he's got the ball and he's gone over the ball. It's unlucky. The other 2, that the ball is nowhere near him. So in theory, the 2 ones that were given
as yellows,
they're the ones that probably should have been done. And what really annoys me about Howard Webb is he's trying to. Oh, you can see defer. No, come out and say no. He got it wrong. He will be reprimanded for it. That's what
right.
He should be coming out and saying. And these are the reasons why. Not trying to defend it. Oh, he was trying to keep. He was trying to.
He's making excuses for the ref, isn't he?
Not make the game negative and whatever. Yeah, don't make excuses. He got it wrong. The reason he's got it wrong is because we can see it, because you're highlighting it with this VAR stuff. And I'm sorry, Michael Owen, I'm not having a go at him. He's got a thing to do. They're not asking the right questions. Why hasn't he been reprimanded for that? Because it's not right. Because I tell you what, if you reprimand him for this, maybe he won't do it again in the future.
He won't do it again. That's right. And do you know what, Lee? We're talking about some of these, obviously, with some of the clubs. And it ain't an Arsenal thing or a Man United thing or a Spurs thing or a Liverpool thing. Football fans all around the country should be upset with this because the standards have just dropped through the floor, as far as I'm concerned, when it should be better. But Lee, look, let's wrap it up. What would you like to see done?
I would like to see referees being made accountable for their decisions. So if they get it wrong, I'm not saying them come out and say it. Him as the main man, Webb, comes out and says that was wrong. He's been reprimanded. He has been told of what he's meant to be doing and what not doing and everything like that. And I'm going to be really honest with you now. If they cannot get this VAR right, scrap it until you can. Because at the moment, that is causing more controversy than anything because you're highlighting everything that's wrong in football. And I'm not enjoying my football at the moment because every time you go there, there's a screen. I go to the screen sometimes and you look at it and go, that ain't handball. That ain't handball. And he's give handball and it's not even my team. And I just think, do you know what? I've done it, Kev. I've watching a game, say if it's England, Scotland, or it could be West Ham versus Norwich or whoever, Liverpool versus Everton. I'm watching a poor decision happen, like saying handball now, and I'm going, that ain't handball. I'm turning it off, Kev.
Yeah, it's turning you off football.
Yeah, it's turning me off football. I'm not enjoying, I'm still obviously watching the Arsenal and everything like that. But other games, I think, that's ruined the game. It's ruined the game, and
Lee,
I don't want that.
On that, I've got to cut you there. Me and you could go on for another hour talking about this. But Lee, thanks for your opinion on Opinionated, and everybody, thank you very much.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Please stand clear of the discussion doors. The next stop is Highbury Squad.